What's up YouTube? InfectedXenon here, coming at you guys with a new kind of video. Well, it's really the same kind of video, but instead of Dueling Network where you guys can automatically see what I'm doing, I am starting to do these top 10 videos with slideshow, like mega capital G kind of style, and we're going down backwards on my top 10 favorite anime Yu-Gi-Oh characters. This is all personal opinion, and make sure to let me know which your top 10 favorite anime characters are in the comment section below. Keep in mind this is biased to being GX and Yu-Gi-Oh only because I haven't really ever seen 5Ds or Zexal. I've seen a couple episodes here and there, but you know, I've actually seen almost every episode of the original Yu-Gi-Oh and of GX. I've seen every episode that's subbed. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Number 10 is Pegasus. Pegasus is a freaking badass. Pegasus has that Millennium Eye. He just goes and like kills people that lose to him, you know, puts them in Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So like he kidnaps this what's his name? Kaiba's brother. I can't think of the name right now, but he's always getting kidnapped by him, and he has guards and stuff, and he's really rich, and he's the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh. So without Pegasus, guys, we wouldn't be here gathered listening to my voice right now. So Pegasus has brought us together, and for that I thank him, and he gets my number 10 spot. At number 9 I have Bandit Keith. Bandit Keith was America, and you know, he cheated and he was a cheater. You know, that was not, you know, the reason why I like him. Of course, the reason that I like him is because he's cool. His slot machine kind of deck was pretty cool, not gonna lie. So he comes back and he almost wins against Yuki in the attic in, you know, Battle City, Domino City, whatever it's called, that arc, and then he dies because he just stays inside, and then the freaking flame just kills him. So he's one of the few characters to actually die on the show. That's pretty interesting. And yeah, number 9 is Bandit Keith. Number 8 is Kaiba, Seto Kaiba, Kaiba Corp, Kaiba Land, all the Kaibas is Kaiba himself, Seto Kaiba. He's really cool, you know, he's the main bad guy, I guess you could say, during the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, not really the main bad guy, but like the main rival to Yugi. And then he kind of sort of becomes one of their friends, if you think about it. Like, he starts becoming, you know, friendlier to them, and he doesn't really hate them that much. He respects Joey as a duelist, and Joey is one of the cooler characters on that first Yu-Gi-Oh show. He starts being respectful and being nice and stuff, and overall he's like one of the second. I saw this list and he was like in the top 5 duelists in the shows ever. So he's a really strong duelist. He's won countless of duels, and sure, he always loses to Yugi, but against anyone else he can beat them, as long as his name isn't Yugi-Moto, or should I put it Yami Yugi, because Yami Yugi is the only real threat to him. So yeah, Kaiba, number 8. And number 7, speaking of the devil himself, is Yugi. Preferably, I like the smaller Yugi better for some reason. You know, he's just adorable. He sucks at Yu-Gi-Oh, and he needs Yami Yugi to help him out. He doesn't really suck at Yu-Gi-Oh because on the last episode, spoiler alert, I would exit out if you haven't seen the last episode, he does duel Yami Yugi to see who would win, and I believe Yami Yugi wins. I haven't really seen the episode, but that wasn't really a spoiler, I guess. But they do have an epic duel, and you know how every Yu-Gi-Oh duel in the show lasts 2 episodes. And yeah, that's Yugi. Yugi's pretty cool. I mean, obviously he's the main character of the show, so he's gonna get more attention than all the other characters. His deck is whatever though. That's what I just don't like about Yugi. Sure, he has, in the second arc he has the Dark Magician decks, and then everything revolves around the Dark Magician. But in the first show it was like Celtic Guardian, Silver Fang, you know, Winged Guardian, the Fortress #1, Graveyard Mammoth, or Mammoth Graveyard, Cursed Dragon, stuff like that, like a random deck, and he did so successful with it, which didn't make sense, but obviously it's the show. And yeah, obviously, you know, he has the Millennium Puzzle, so that's pretty boss, and he's Life of the Sky Dragon, which is like the most expensive god card for some reason, and it sold for like 100 plus when it first came out. And if I was Shonen Jump, I'd be making mad money. That's all I have to say. Number 6 is Axel Brody. I think he's such a cool, awesome character, and it sucks that they didn't, you know, have him on the show for that long. They had him for like 30 episodes, if anything. Probably a lot less than that in GX. I do talk about the anime a lot, so if you haven't seen any of these episodes, then I would just click out. So when they go into the Shadows arc of the show, he is of course like the main good character actually, because Yugi becomes the Supreme King or whatever, and he actually ties Jaden, which is like very unforeseen. Like, Jaden only loses to like dual spirits, so it doesn't really count, you know, but he actually ties Jaden, and the only reason he tied was cause whatever. And then before that, he actually would have beat Jaden, but he had to anger Jaden or whatever, so YuBell can get the dual spirit energy or whatever, but he could have won because he had this play that he would have won, but he had to hold off on it. And of course, holding off on it for half a turn equals Jaden coming back and winning. But he's a really cool character, and he ties Jaden and helps Jaden break out of the Supreme King thing. So he's really cool. And I also had Jimmy Karak or whatever, his best friend here, but I just didn't feel like he made my list. But he was a really cool character nonetheless. Number 5 is Chumley. I don't know why I like Chumley really. Just a brief reason why I like Chumley is because of his deck. I don't know, I just like the fact that it was like an animal deck, and it was really cool, you know. Death Koala was awesome, and I just wish they didn't write him off the show, but of course they had to do it because it's a bad duelist in general. But then so is Cyrus, but he becomes a good duelist, so he becomes a pro duelist actually with his brother, but that's not the point. Chumley is number 5 spot. I just thought he was cool. Number 4, Joey. Joey is awesome because, you know, it's Joey. I just hate how his deck revolves around luck in the Battle City arc, but it's Joey. His accent is awesome, the Brooklyn accent. I would make fun of it, but you know, I'm not a good voice actor. I'm just here and stuff, but I wish I could though, not gonna lie. I wish I could have a Brooklyn accent, because see, A isn't Brooklyn, so I just failed myself, and I'll stop now. And yeah, number 3 is Bastion Misawa. I always thought he was cool because of his Hydrogeddon or Water Dragon deck. I always thought that was awesome. His British accent is pretty sexy, NGL, TBH. You know, just the fact that he's a badass, he's a really good duelist. He's actually one of the top 5 in the show, in GX. And he doesn't die, but he stays in the Shadow Realm. Not the Shadow Realm, because that's not the way. He stays in the Shadow World in GX, and he just stays there. He never comes back, which sucks. So he's pretty much dead. But yeah, he was cool. Number 2, Jaden Yuki. Obviously, I don't have to do much explaining for him, except he's the main character. GX, he's sexy, homo, full homo. Like, not even gonna lie. And of course I'm lying, but you know. He's the main character. He has the elemental heroes, and that interested me in elemental heroes, and I made them for a while, and they were my competitive deck for a while. But of course, everything comes to an end. But Jaden Yuki was really badass, and he's like one of the best duelists in the show. I personally, I would say he would beat Yugi, but he does lose to Yugi in the final episode of GX. Just saying. And number 1 is Tristan Taylor. It doesn't make sense. Don't ask me why I like Tristan Taylor so much. He's just a really badass support character for Yugi. He's really stupid, and he is actually a really good duelist, because in the virtual world arc, whatever, when he's dueling with what's his name, the dice guy, I forgot his name right now, Duke Devlin. Actually, I remembered it as soon as I said I didn't remember. When he's dueling with Duke and Serenity, and he's playing against the guy who's Machine King, or Robot Commander actually. He's actually a really good duelist. He's carrying them both. Well, he's not really carrying Duke, because Duke knows how to play, because he plays Dungeon Dice monsters. But he actually plays like the strongest out of the 3 characters, and he would have actually beat Robot Commander, but Serenity misplayed, and he actually took the hit for her and he died pretty much, and they took out over his body. But he is like one of the better characters of the show. He's my favorite personally, and I just don't know why, but Tristan is number 1 spot, even though a lot of people don't like him. So yeah, let me know what your top 10 favorite anime Yu-Gi-Oh characters are in the comment section below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if you're at this part, just give it a thumbs up anyways, even if you didn't like it. Just because I want to see how many people are actively watching my videos to the end, you know? So without further ado, this is InfectedXenon. Thank you for watching. Signing out. Peace.